Hi, I'm Sally with one last video in this series. This one is to go through all the final steps you need to take to prepare to go on your trip. So the first thing you need to do is to start a to-do list. I use Google Docs, that way I can write down things whenever they occur to me and cross them off as I go. So first, and this may not apply to everyone, check if you need a visa to visit your destination. If you need one ahead of time, make sure to apply for it in plenty of time. This may require you to get passport-sized photos, so factor that into your timeline. Usually there's specific size, whatever that you need to get. Just go to a place that does passport photos, and they have a big book with all those requirements. They'll figure it out for you. So same for vaccinations. Do a bit of internet research to see if you'll need them. If you think you might, then book a consultation with a travel doctor right now. Some vaccinations need to be spaced out, or you need to do them a certain number of weeks before you leave, so do not leave this until the last minute. Next, think about the stuff you need or might want to buy to prep for your trip. It could be clothing, shoes, drugstore stuff, etc. Think about it now so you're not running around the night before your trip buying luggage and shoes and band-aids like I always do. Look into whether you need a power converter, buy that. Pick up any prescriptions you might need. Check if you need to bring any kind of bedding with you. That may sound strange, but in Scandinavia, if you're staying in hostels, for example, they do sometimes require you to bring your own sheets. Look into whether you need a towel. If you're staying in a mountain hut, figure out a sleeping sack that you can bring with you. If you're doing some couch surfing or something, again, great to have a sleeping sack. Hard copies. I used to print out everything. It's no longer really necessary. Almost everything you can do from your phone, but if there's something really important, then you might want to print that out. If it says right on the ticket or something that you need a hard copy, then print that out now. Good idea also to take a photo of your passport, your other identity cards. Now, a SIM card, I really recommend getting one. I didn't used to. It makes travel so much easier to be able to connect to the internet from anywhere. Try getting an eSIM if you have compatibility. Your best option might be to order one ahead of time, especially if you want to land and have that ready to go right away. Maybe you're landing late at night. Or research where you can buy one once you get there. Research if you can get them at the airport for a reasonable price, or if it's better to find one once you get into the city. Read the instructions for your SIM card if you get one ahead of time. Some of them do require activation or something a few days before you leave. Figure out how to make sure that you can actually activate that when you get to your destination, and bring the instruction book with you. A lot of hotels and stuff do expect you to connect to the internet before you even arrive in order to get instructions for getting in or something. So again, that's why it's useful to have a SIM card right when you land instead of waiting until your first morning in the city. Look up if you need cash or if most places take cards. It is a good idea to bring a bit of cash with you just in case your cards get flagged as stolen right off the bat. The best place to get cash is at a foreign exchange. It's going to have better rates probably than your bank. Do that ahead of time because they may need to order, depending where you're going, they may need to order some currency for you. A really handy type of app to download is the currency converter app, so you can see how prices convert and you can kind of double check and make sure you're not overpaying. Download any music, podcasts, books you want. This is also a good airport activity. Look into travel insurance. Look into whether your credit card or your work benefits will cover you or if you need more. There's lots of options, including online options for travel insurance. Charge up all your devices that you plan on using, battery bank, e-reader, etc. Review your itinerary and double check the dates are all accurate. This is a good chance too to remind yourself of the plan. Consider buying a guidebook if you haven't already, or downloading one. Sometimes you can download one from the library for free. If you have a hard copy, sometimes it's worth just taking photos of the relevant pages or tearing out some of the pages. and then leaving the rest at home since they are kind of heavy and bulky. Have a look at your first night's booking and figure out how exactly you're going to get there from the airport. The more details you know ahead of time, the smoother this is going to be, which is really helpful when you're tired, jet-lagged, confused. If you aren't going to have a SIM card when you land, then download the offline map for the city you're starting in so that you can navigate in the meantime. Download or take screenshots of anything really important that you might not be able to access due to a lack of reception or your SIM card doesn't work. If you're renting a car, make sure you have an international driver's license if you need one. Go through your wallet, take out anything you won't need. Only bring the credit cards, debit cards, a piece of ID maybe. Don't bring anything extra, but also don't only rely on one payment card. Consider adding cards to your phone's wallet. It's a good additional option in case my other means aren't working. It's apparently also more secure, which would be great in some countries where skimming is a problem. Log into the airline you're taking and select your special meals, your extra luggage. If you can, select your seats. You'll probably need your passport and to enter that information. Double check the time and date and be really careful about flights that leave at noon or midnight. People do mix this up, absolutely. I've seen it happen. I almost did it once myself. Finally, figure out your route to the airport and don't forget to build in extra time for mishaps. So, you're ready to go. That brings me to the end of this video and this series. If you want more tips about packing, hostels, etc., I'm going to be making lots of videos, so look forward to those.